bell's gonna go, and maybe I've drastically misread the situation. You know, maybe I'm wrong. We're only gonna know truly who's right and who's wrong when that bell goes on October 8th.
I want to talk about the weight. We know now it's going to be 157 pounds. You've not made that weight since, as you said, you were a teenager. How much do you think that takes out of you fight night?
40%. I can't be 100% coming down to a weight which I haven't been since I was 18 years old.
Why is this fight not at 160 then? Whose decision was it?
You're the one who suggested the weight.
Well,
that's why the weight's at the weight.
You suggested the 157.
No, they came at like, I think they came in at like 153 or something stupid like that.
As far as I'm concerned, me and my team agreed straight away. At whatever weight it was, 157. We agreed it straight away.
My knowledge is that they had a lesser weight and we had to go back and forth over a period of time to get to 157. Definitely wasn't, all right, I'll fight at 157. It's gonna be tough for me to make, but I will make it.
Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? You know, ever since this fight has been announced, the fight between Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, Eubank hasn't sounded too confident that he wins this fight. Since the first press conference, he continued to make excuses, saying that he won't be 100%. It's going to be so hard for him to make the weight. In the history of the sport, we've seen many fighters move up 2 weight classes and fight a bigger guy. This is the first time I've ever heard the bigger guy, with most of all the advantages, say that he's going to be the man that's going to really have the disadvantages going into this fight. So when Eubank kept talking about him having to lose the weight, I was thinking maybe it's possible Eubank is just playing mind games with Benn, and he doesn't believe any of these things. He's going into this fight knowing that he has all of the advantages. I thought that was a possibility. But then when Eubank's father, Senior, came out and said that he's pulling Eubank out of the fight because of the weight issues, because of the 154-pound catch weight, that confirmed that these were serious concerns from the Eubank team. Now, the fight is not officially canceled yet, and hopefully it doesn't get canceled, because this is a really big fight, especially in the UK, when you consider the history both fighters have with their fathers. I think more than the weight, the pressure of winning this fight is really getting to Eubank, because he's almost in a lose-lose situation. If he loses this fight, or I should say if he wins this fight, he beats someone who had to move up 2 weight classes that was way smaller than him. If he loses this fight, his career is over. And Eubank even said it himself. He said, if I lose this fight, I have to retire. So that is a lot of pressure put on Eubank to win this fight, because I'm sure Chris wasn't planning on retiring anytime soon. But if Chris pulls out of this fight, it will be a really, really bad look for him. It will be bad for his career. It'll put him in a worse situation, because you have to remember, Chris had an opportunity to fight against Gennady Golovkin in a fight that he had a good chance of winning, and because of his father, they decided to pass on that opportunity. A fight that definitely would have catapulted Eubank's career. Chris already turned down the Demetrius Andrade fight, so if he turns down this fight as well, there's really nowhere else for Eubank to go. Not to mention, every time Chris stepped up in competition, he actually lost. He lost to Billy Joe Saunders and he lost to Groves. He really has to get a big win to make up for those defeats. And even though beating Conor Benn, who's a welterweight, won't be considered one of his really big wins, at least it's a start in the right direction. But things will be much worse for Eubank if he turns down this great opportunity. You see in this post right here, Conor Benn, the much smaller fighter, is very confident that he's going to beat Eubank. He said, just spar 10 rounds while somebody's having daddy issues. This is really not a good look for Eubank. Hopefully the fight doesn't get canceled. We'll see what happens. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at ScalpCarolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, a before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it, SMP. Nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, ScalpCarolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos, and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures and he looked at them and I was like, can you fix this? And you know, he pretty much said, no problem. My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started and during the whole treatment, we talked and you know, about our families and our life and, you know, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, ScalpCarolinas, to get this done.
I'm just excited, dog.
Right,
so how long did that take right there?
How much are you saying?
Like 2 hours.
That was it?
For this the first section.
So this.
Oh, so it get better than that?
Oh yeah, I'm just starting him off. I gotta see him.
Well, you came to the right man, dog.
So
you came to the right
this
one.
brother here walked in, looking to get his stuff done. He just got his first session. What do you think?
It definitely looked good. It's perfect to me. You know what I mean?
Perfect to me too.
Wow, he said.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.